Namaste everybody and welcome to your Ashtanga class today. I hope you guys are doing amazingly well on this beautiful Thursday. I hope that the feels are up and that you're ready to get into another practice of complete bliss. So I know the further and further we go into this month, the more that we find that the season is changing and it's getting a little bit colder in the morning and the evenings, and it's beginning to change our comfort zones. We've literally become accustomed to what it is right now in whatever way possible that we are, and we continuously had to adapt to each and everything that's come our way right now. And the further we go in, the more change that comes, and the more change that comes, the more adaptability that we need to find within ourselves to allow ourselves to move forward. And today is literally the same thing I'm going to apply to our practice today. So we're going to delve a bit more into the seated series, but taking it a bit more direct today. So I'm hoping that you're ready for a beautiful practice on your mat. Even though it sounds like we're doing the seated series, we're going to be flowing a lot. We're going to have a lot of movement, and we're going to allow ourselves to be in different places and spaces today. So just taking into mind that we're adapting to something new in our practice today is your new piece of adaptation from me all the way to you on your mat. I hope that you enjoy it, and remember, always listen to your body, allow yourself to be, allow yourself to let go, and most of all, I hope you guys have a ton of fun. Okay, so just a quick heads up on how we're going to roll through it. Ideally, we do need a bit of a warm up. So we're going to roll through Surya Namaskar A 2 times and Surya Namaskar B 2 times as well. And thereafter, we're going to roll through our seated portion of the primary series. In addition to that, normally if you have been in one of my classes whereby we've started with I'm using my words here, the seated series, we've skipped vinyasas. Heads up, today we are not. Today we are activating fully into what the seated series is all about. So I hope you're ready to be seated and to flow and to fly, because just remember, penguins fly. Okay, so just coming into a nice, comfortable seated position. As you start to draw your spine up, allowing it to lengthen, just gently closing your eyes. As you slowly start to engage into that silence, engage into that stillness, we take a moment to honor our past and acknowledge our future and leave it outside at the door as we draw further and further into this present moment. As you start to draw in the sounds around you, feeling the melody of that sound vibrate all the way through your being. As we take all the feelings that we feel that are around us now, temperature, our body, environment we're in right now, as we allow ourselves to be immersed and absorbed into this present moment, taking in all the magical energy that we've already created in the spaces that we are in right now, allowing ourselves to dance through that energy, allowing ourselves to feel through that energy. As we slowly move our awareness towards our breath, draw it in a deep inhale, and just sighing it all out. Inhale, and just let it go. Last one, inhale, clearing it all out. Slowly drawing your hands to heart center. And open our class with the opening invocation, thereafter the chant of Om. Vande Gurunam Charanar Vinde Sandashita Swadma Sukha Bhavote Nishre Jangalika Mane Samsara Hala Hala Moha Shadye Abahu Purushakaram Shankha Chakrasi Dharinam Sahasra Shirasam Shwetam Pranamami Pratanjalim. Inhale for Namaste and welcome to your practice today. May it fill you with light, may it fill you with love, and most of all, may it fill you with a whole lot of laughs and happiness. Namaste. So before we get into our practice today, I just want to do a bit of a demo. When moving through our vinyasas today, we're going to have to come to seated from downward dog. So I just want to give you a couple variations of how to do so to make it comfortable for yourself so that we can flow through and flow together in the most comfortable way possible. So from downward facing dog, the most simple one is literally taking right leg, crisscrossing over to the left, left to right, and slowly coming over into seated. Okay, that's option one. Option two is working through our jump through. So from downward facing dog, slowly coming through to seated. And final option, simply walking your feet all the way up, crossing over left and right, and coming to seated. Okay, so whatever works for you, whatever feels most comfortable, allow yourself to activate through it. And in addition, like I said, we're listening to our bodies today. I say this every day. I say this for every class. But today I'm being a little bit more intentional with it because we're going to be flowing through our vinyasas each and every movement from left to right, from posture to posture. If you don't want to flow through a full chaturanga dandasana, just allow yourself to go through knees, chest and chin. Okay. Shall we begin? Starting at the top of our mats. Big toes touching, coming into Tadasana, taking a moment, engaging into your prowess, into your space. Inhale. Exhale to fold. Coming up to halfway lift. Releasing your hands, either jumping or stepping back. Holding high plank. Rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana, or your variation of coming up to upward facing dog and releasing back to down dog. We're holding here for 5. Just taking a moment to walk your dog out. Activating through your Ujjayi breathing. Holding here for 1 more breath cycle. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, either jumping or stepping forward. Coming up to halfway lift as you exhale to fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, releasing your arms all the way up above, sweeping your aura, and releasing your hands to heart center. Beautiful. 1 more round. Let's do this. Inhalation. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Releasing your hands. Either jumping or stepping back. Holding your high plank. Flowing through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to upward facing dog. And releasing back to downward facing dog. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. Either jumping, stepping forward, coming up to halfway lift. Release to fold. Inhale, coming up to Urdhva Tadasana. And releasing back to Tadasana. Beautiful. Halfway through our warm up now. We're going to roll through Sun Salutation V. Inhale. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Uttanasana. Drawing your hands onto the mat. High plank. Through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up into Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Releasing back to Adho Mukha Shavasana. We're holding here for 1 breath cycle. Inhale, right leg all the way up. Exhale, placing between your hands, grounding back foot to 45. Releasing your hands all the way up. Coming up into Virabhadasana 1, Warrior 1. On your next exhalation, drawing your hands all the way down towards the mat. Stepping right foot back, holding high plank, Chaturanga Dandasana. Flowing at your own pace, allowing your movement to flow through your breath, and releasing back to downward facing dog for 1. Inhale, left leg all the way up. As you exhale, with momentum, grounding it through, placing between your hands, back foot to 45, hips squared off to the front, knee at 90, and releasing all the way up. And as you exhale, drawing your hands back down to the earth, stepping left foot back, holding high plank, rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to upward facing dog, and releasing back to down dog for 5. Taking this moment to come back to your center, come back to that place of calm, and come back to that place of simple peace for you, between your mat, within your practice. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. Either jumping or stepping forward. Release to halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, drawing all the way up. And coming back to center. Last round of our warm-up. I hope you're starting to feel warm now. Feeling ready to engage into your practice as you inhale. Exhalation, Uttanasana. Inhale, Urdhva Uttanasana. Releasing your hands. Stepping back, rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming all the way up. And releasing back to down dog. 1. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, place between your hands. Ground back foot to 45. Holding torso all the way up. Raising those arms up, raising that vibration. Feeling that volume draw all the way up. Exhale, drawing the volume down. Stepping right foot back. Holding high plank. Rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana. Untucking toes, holding and releasing back. Holding for 1 more breath here. Inhale, left leg. Exhale, with momentum placing between your hands. Grounding back foot. Increasing that volume up through your hands. As you feel the beat, your heart beat. Doof, doof, release. Volume down. Left leg back, holding high plank, rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to upward facing dog. And releasing back to down dog for 5. Making sure that you're taking your gaze towards your navel or to the back of the room. Holding here for 2 more. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, either jumping, stepping forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Sweeping your arms, inhale. And releasing back to center, back into Tadasana. Beautiful. Alrighty. So we technically have one more warm up. We're going to roll through 1 Surya Namaskar to get to seated posture. So inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Drawing your hands back down to the earth. Either jumping or stepping back. Rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana. Coming up to upward facing dog. Releasing back to down dog. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat. And from here, choosing your variation of choice, we're going to find seated. Beautiful. Alrighty then. So we're at our point of adaptation now. Coming into our seated series. What I want you to do is find length through your feet, extending them forward. Beautiful. Alright, just like with the standing series, each posture we're going to hold for 5 breath cycles. So again, taking your time and flowing through your breath at your pace, in your space. Alright. Just making sure that you're pointing your feet up. Finding a moment as you find that space between your heels, as you lift them slightly off your mat, engaging your core, elongating through your spine. Drawing your hands to the side of the mat. We're not engaging into them, we're just placing them down. So we're holding here for 5. Drawing a deep inhale. And release. Engaging into your Ujjayi breathing. Creating little oceans within Johannesburg right now. Do that oceanic sound of your victorious breath. We're holding here for 1 more. Exhale, release, and just letting it go. So thankfully, this is the one posture where we don't need to move through our vinyasa from our posture transition. So thankfully, we get a break now. Yes. Don't worry, we've still got a lot more to go. So from here, we're going to come into 3 variations of Paschimottanasana. So the first variation, we're going to go with our peace fingers and connect them to our big toes. So if you need to find a bend in the knee, please allow yourself to do so. If you have a strap with you, amazing, please use it. So inhale, drawing your arms all the way up. As you exhale, reaching for your big toes. As you connect, lengthen through the spine and exhale, releasing all the way down towards your thighs as you connect and hold. Holding for 1 more. And the next inhale, releasing. Drawing those toes all the way out. Bringing them back in. This time round, we're going to place our hands over our feet. So finding length through your spine as you inhale. And as you exhale, placing your hands over. Again, if you need to find a little bit of an angle through your knees, allow them to bend. And slowly release all the way down. Holding here for 5. Again, connecting to your Ujjayi breathing. Try to find a little bit more length if you can. Going a little bit deeper. And on your next inhalation, releasing all the way back up. Drawing those toes back out. Bringing them back in. This time around, we're going to place our hands to the outside of our feet. Inhale, finding length. And as you exhale, placing your hands to the outer edges. And as you exhale, releasing forward. Surrendering to yourself. Finding your space. Making sure that those toes stay pointed up. Enjoying the sounds of your ocean ebbing and flowing. Transporting yourself to that picturesque ocean you love the most. Holding here for 1 more breath cycle. And the next inhale, drawing all the way back up to center. We're going to cross our legs over, roll over, placing our hands in front of our mat, stepping our feet all the way back, holding high plank, rolling through our vinyasa. Coming up into upward facing dog, and releasing back to downward facing dog. Looking up to the top of your mat. From here, we'll find you seated. Beautiful. Okay, we're going to come into Pudvottasana now, one of my favorites. We're finding a little counter pose to all of our Chaturanga Dandasanas. So placing your hands beside you, directly underneath your shoulders, drawing your feet together, making sure that they're pointing forward. And we're going to release our hips all the way up towards the stars. So just making sure that you have a firm grip into your mat. And on your next inhalation, drawing all the way up. If you can allow your head to rest a little bit, taking your gaze all the way up towards the stars. We're holding here for 5. Activating through your Ujjayi breathing. Using those hips, drawing them up. 2 more. And slowly on your next exhalation, drawing your hips all the way back down towards the earth, crossing your legs right over the left, rolling over your knees, and either stepping left foot or right foot back, holding high plank. If you want to take a variation of your chaturanga, dropping knees, chest and chin, rolling up to baby cobra, releasing, tucking toes, seat to heel, downward facing dog. Holding for 1, and looking up to the top of your mat, either jumping, stepping, or placing forward into seated. Excellent. Alrighty then. What we're going to come into next is Adho Baddha Padma Paschimottanasana. So this is very similar to what we do in the standing series. So what we're going to do first is extend our right leg forward. Drawing left knee in as we place it out, placing your left foot onto your right thigh. Alright. And this time round, taking left hand, connecting it to the outside of your right hip on your t-shirt. So drawing up through an inhale. And as you exhale, releasing right hand forward, drawing your torso as far close towards your body as possible. Just allowing yourself to extend forward, holding here for 5. Connecting to your toes, holding your foot. Just finding some sort of connection, maybe to your shin, maybe to your ankle. Holding here for 2 more. Your next inhale, rising up, crossing your feet over, rolling over your knees, either jumping or stepping back to high plank, rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana, coming up to upward facing dog, and releasing back to down dog. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat as you find your seated posture. We're going to go through to the opposite side now. So extending left foot forward, bringing right knee to chest, allowing it to roll over towards the mat, connecting right foot to left thigh, making sure that your front toes are pointed up and flexed. Inhale, finding length through your spine, connecting right hand behind. Inhaling, left arm all the way up, and slowly releasing over. Holding here for 4 more. Your next inhalation, drawing all the way back up to center. Join your legs as you crisscross, rolling over your knees, rolling through your vinyasa. All the way to upward facing dog and releasing back to downward facing dog. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, either jumping or stepping to seated. I hope you guys are feeling warm, ready, and completely immersed into your practice right now. The next posture we're going to come into is a bit of a mouthful, which I also do enjoy saying, Triya Mukha Ekapada Paschimottanasana. Okay. The first things first, extending both your legs forward. We're going to take our left leg, bringing it up, turning it out. So what I want you to do first to find that level of comfortability, I want you to pull all the flesh from your thigh out, from your calf as well, pulling it out. Should give you a tad bit of extra comfort. Might not be completely felt, it's a very subtle feeling, just so that we make sure that we're connected to the earth. And what you want to do is to make sure that if both your sit bones are connected to the mat. If they're not, you're more than welcome to use a block or your makeshift block, which might be a couple blocks, and just allow yourself to bridge yourself up to the top. It might also allow your knees to have a little extension on it. So whatever feels most comfortable for you. Okay, I'm just going to come off the block quickly. Okay. From here, you have three options. First one, inhale, exhale, releasing forward, connecting to your toes. If that's not the one you want to go for. Next one is releasing back onto your elbows. But also just making sure that this knee doesn't pop up. If it's popping up like that, then it might not be the best option for you right now. Folding over might be a lot easier. And if your body's feeling in a place where it really wants to expand and explore today, releasing your whole torso all the way back down onto your spine. I'm not going to do that right now. My body's screaming at me, no. So I'm going to go back onto my elbows. So I want you to just decide on your variation right now. As you get there, I want you to take a deep inhale, making sure that that front foot is flexed. And as you exhale, either exhaling forward or releasing back, whatever feels most comfortable for you today. Just draw your gaze up towards the earth. If you're on your elbows, using your breath to draw you away from any discomfort that you might be feeling. Connecting to your Ujjayi breathing. Holding here for one more. And slowly on your next inhalation, drawing yourself all the way back to center. Slowly releasing your left leg all the way back up. Connecting it towards your chest. Crisscrossing legs, rolling over, releasing through your vinyasa. Just be mindful and flowing at your own pace. Holding down facing dog. Inhale, looking up. And coming back seated. Okay. Extending both legs forward. We're going to go on to the opposite side now. So bringing right knee in. Just hugging it in. Slowly releasing it. Bent all the way towards the mat. Again, releasing that flesh from your thigh out and your calf muscle. As we find a little bit less tension. Flexing into that left foot. And again, variation that you went with on the opposite side. If it's available for you on this side, allow yourself to immerse yourself into it. Drawing up through a deep inhale, elongating through your spine. And as you exhale, releasing, letting it go. As you find your next inhalation, propping yourself back up, you are on your elbows, drawing yourself up from your forward fold, releasing your knee back into your chest, crisscrossing right over left, rolling over your knees, finding your high plank, rolling through your vinyasa, upward facing dog, back into downward facing dog. Inhale, looking up to the top of your mat, jumping and stepping forward, coming through up into seated, slowly extending right foot forward, bringing left foot in. We're going to come in through to two variations of Janusasana. So slowly dropping your knee down, placing your foot up against your thigh, finding flexion through the front foot and toes. Inhale, drawing all the way up, taking your hands and releasing them forward. If you can, connect your hands to your feet, allow yourself to release through. Otherwise, finding a different part of your leg as you fold forward, holding here for 4 more, finding length through each breath through your spine. And as you exhale, just go a little bit more deeper. Slowly on the next inhalation, drawing up to center, bringing your knee in as you inhale, releasing it forward, crisscrossing feet, rolling over, stepping back to your high plank and rolling through your vinyasa, coming back to Adho Mukha Shavasana, looking forward, coming into seated. We're going to go on to the opposite side now, so extending left foot forward, keeping your right knee in, slowly releasing it down towards the mat, connecting your right foot to your left thigh, finding that level of engagement. Inhale, drawing up through your spine. As you exhale, releasing forward and connecting to which part of your leg you can, making sure that those front toes are flexed. Holding here for 2 more. And the next inhale, drawing all the way back up through center, bringing the right knee back in, hugging it in, releasing both legs out, crisscrossing, rolling over, making sure that you have a firm grip into the mat. Again, it's like when you go into down dog, just making sure that those hands are completely wide out as possible. We don't want to create any injuries, trying to be a little bit more engaged in through this whole process of transition. So just adapting to that process of whatever comes, just making sure that we're aware. So rolling over your knees, stepping back, rolling through, coming all the way up, and releasing back to down dog. Inhale, looking up, back to seated. Okay. We can extend left foot forward, this time again coming into the second variation of Janusasana, releasing left foot down. This time, we're going to allow the ball of our heel, I'm losing my anatomy words over here. I'm going to allow this ball to roll up underneath our perineum. Okay, so simple how we do it. Simply, normally placing it up against our thigh, drawing your hands up against your sides, slowly pulling up and over. Okay, might feel slightly uncomfortable, but you'll feel now that your foot is completely wrapped around the back of your thigh right now. Inhale, drawing up through center as you elongate through your spine, and slowly exhale, releasing forward. Then you have one more breath cycle. Inhale, drawing up through center. Just releasing your foot completely, bringing it back up towards your chest. Extending it forward, crisscrossing legs, rolling through, finding flow, finding freedom through this movement. Enjoying every single Chaturanga Dandasana, up dog, and back to down dog. Looking up to the top of your mat, either jumping or stepping into seated. We're going to go through to the opposite side now. The left foot forward, left foot flex, dropping right foot and right knee all the way down, connecting your right foot to the left thigh, finding your hands beside you, rolling over, allowing the ball of your heel to be connected to your perineum. Inhale, drawing up through center. Exhale, release for 5. Holding here for one more. Inhale, coming back up to center. Slowly releasing yourself off your heel, drawing right knee in, extending it out, crisscrossing, finding freedom through this moment, releasing through. Coming up to upper facing dog, and releasing back to down dog. Looking up to the top of your mat, finding seated. Beautiful. Hope you're enjoying your movement of flow. Like I said, we're adapting today. It might feel a little different. It might not feel as easy as you normally like it to be, but it's okay. The one thing that we do allow ourselves to bring through adaptation is acceptance. Like now I am enough. Right now what I'm doing is enough. Where I am is enough right now. And you are enough. Okay. We're going to come into our 4 variations of Marichinasana. The posture dedicated to the sage Marichi. So we're going to extend our feet forward. This time around, bringing right knee in, hugging it into our chest. Just taking a moment, using your fist and placing it between your thigh and your heel, just making sure that there's a fist gap. And we're going to find a bind now. So if you need to use a strap, please allow yourself to do so. We're going to fold forward in this variation. So what I'd like you to do is find a deep inhale, join up through your spine. We're going to release right arm around our right leg, connecting left arm all the way around. Okay, flexing into that left foot. Inhale, drawing up. And we're going to extend and fold over forward. However far you can go, however your body will allow you to be in this posture. Just allow it to flow. And here for 2 more. Next inhale, join up. Releasing your bind. Crisscrossing. Rolling over. Step into high. Rolling through Chaturanga Dandasana. All the way up to up dog. Back to down dog. Looking up to the top of your mat. Finding seated. This time we're bringing our left leg into our chest. Again, fist gap between your foot and your thigh. Flexing into the right foot. Sweeping left arm all the way up. Finding it around. Connecting right hand to the bind. As far as you can go today. Inhale, drawing up to center. Exhale, folding over. Surrendering to who you are. Surrendering to the process. Holding for one more. Slowly releasing. Crisscross. Rolling over. Coming to high plank. Rolling through your vinyasa. Okay, extending both feet forward. This time releasing right leg into your knee and taking your left foot, placing it through and underneath your right leg. And coming into Marichyasana B. So similar of the bind of how we went through variation A. And this time our feet are a lot more closer together. Okay, so inhaling right arm all the way up, wrapping it around your right knee, connecting left arm all the way around. Inhale, drawing up through center, allowing that heart to pull all the way out, and folding forward. And the next inhale, coming all the way back up, releasing your bind, rolling over your knees and feet, rolling through your vinyasa, coming back up to upward facing dog, looking up, finding seated again, extending both legs forward, slowly drawing them both up, releasing your right leg, underneath, drawing your left knee all the way up towards your chest, leading with the left arm, finding elongation to your spine as you inhale, and as you exhale, wrapping it around your knee, connecting right arm all the way around, drawing up through heart center, allowing it to pour out. As you exhale, folding over. Holding here for one more breath. Inhale, drawing up through center, releasing your grip from behind your arms. Right foot over left. Rolling over your knees, being as mindful and as slow as possible. Rolling through your transition. Meeting back up. Downward facing dog. Looking up. Finding seated. Extending your feet forward. Bringing right knee in. Placing right hand behind your back. Inhale, left arm all the way up. Connecting it to your elbow, or drawing it all the way down, whatever feels most comfortable. And extending over, taking your gaze towards your right shoulder. Making sure that that left foot is pointing up. And now we're coming back to center. Releasing your hands back to neutral. Crisscross. Knee roll. Stepping back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Urdhva Mukha Shavasana. Adho Mukha Shavasana. All the way back into seated. Extending your feet forward. Drawing left knee up. Left hand behind your spine. Inhale, right arm up. Connecting towards your elbow, whatever feels most comfortable. And drawing over your left shoulder. Finding length as you inhale. And finding a little bit more depth through your twist as you exhale. Holding here for one more. Slowly releasing. Crisscrossing the opposite way if you can now. Adapting again to something different. Looking up to the top of your mat. And coming back to find seated. Extending both feet forward. Excellent. Okay, this time bringing right knee in. Kneeling and threading your left leg under. Taking your right hand, placing it behind your back. Inhale, right arm all the way up. Connecting elbow to knee. You should find a deeper twist now. Holding here for one more. Inhale back to center. Again, left foot over right. Rolling over. Going all the way back to your vinyasa. Back to down dog. Looking up to the top of your mat. Finding seated. This time, right leg underneath. Left leg all the way up. Connecting left hand behind your spine. Inhale, right arm all the way up. As you exhale, connect. Knee to elbow, gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Extending your feet forward. We're going to come into the most complicated of our seated series now. So we're going to engage into our core now, extending our arms forward. So just making sure you've got good space behind you. Inhale. And exhale, using your core, releasing your torso all the way down. Spreading your arms to the side. Drawing your feet to the outer edges of the mat. As you come into your final posture for your practice in Shavasana. Definitely not the most complicated posture of all. Definitely one of our favorites. Just slowly taking a moment to release your breath. Just taking a moment to allow the energies you've created in the magical space that you're in to fall beside you, to fall within you. Allow yourself to feel those tingly feels as they absorb into your being. Slowly allowing the energies to revitalize your whole body and being. Rolling your thumb across your forefingers, finding a little wriggle through your toes. Rotating your ankles and your wrists. Drawing through a deep inhalation as you reach your arms up overhead, stretching your feet forward. And just sighing it all out. Inhale, bringing your knees to chest. Engaging in a massive hug filled with love and light and warmth. As you slowly roll over onto your right hand side. And just taking a moment to thank yourself for the magical journey you've taken today. Slowly popping yourself back up into seated position. Drawing your hands to heart center. I'm going to close the class with the closing invocation. Swasti prajabhyaha paripalayantam nayena madena mahim mahishaha ko brahmaya shubhamastu nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Inhale, form. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in your space, to guide you and allow you to find a new adaptive space within our practice. I'm beyond blessed. I hope you have a magical day. Thank you and namaste.